question, have you ever felt confused, stressed, or unsure about what to do in your life? Maybe you feel overwhelmed with assignment, expectation, or even your own thoughts. Sometimes it feels like everything is happening at the same time and you don't really know where to start or what decision to make. And I think most of us, especially as a student, have experienced this feeling. We are in a phase of life where we are still trying to understand ourselves, our goals, and our future. And in that process, it is completely normal to feel lost sometimes. In moments like that, we usually look for something that can calm us down, something that can help us feel a little more stable, and something that can give us direction. And for many people, that is religions. Today, I would like to talk about the role of religions in daily life. Religions is often seen as something that we only practice in a certain time, like praying or going to a place of worship. Sometimes people think it is only about a ritual or specific activities, but actually, religion is much more than that. It is something that can influence how we think, how we feel, and how we behave every single day, even in this smallest moment of our life. According to a study by Pew Research Center, about 84% of the world population is affiliated with a religion. This is show that religion is still very important even in today's modern and fast-changing world. Even with technology, social media, and modern lifestyle, people still look for meaning, purpose, and guidance, and religions often become one of the main sources of that. In this speech, I will explain how religions shape our behavior, support our emotional well-being, guide our decisions, and help build harmony in society. Now let's start with the first point. Religions play a very important role in shaping our behavior and values. From a young age, many of us are taught values such as honesty, kindness, responsibility, and respect. At first, these values might seem simple, but over time, they become part of who we are. They influence the way we talk, the way we treat people, and the way we react in different situations. In our daily life, this value can be seen in simple action. For example, choosing to tell the truth even when it is difficult, helping a friend who is going through a hard time, respecting other people's opinion even when we disagree, or trying to stay calm when we are feel angry. These are small actions, but they reflect strong values. We can also see it in everyday habits, like saying thank you, apologize when we are wrong, being patient when things don't go our way, and trying to understand others instead of judging them quickly. These actions might seem simple, might seem small, but they have a big impact in our relationship and our environment. Sometimes we don't even realize that these behaviors are influenced by religions. We just feel that it is the right thing to do. But in reality, many of these values come from what we learn through religions. Without these values, it would be much easier for people to act selfishly, irresponsibly, or even hurt others. But religions remind us to think beyond ourselves. It teaches us to consider other people's feelings and to take responsibility for our actions. Because of this, religions help us build strong character and become better individuals, not only in public but also in private. Now, let's move to the second point. Religions also play an important role in supporting our emotional well-being. Life is not always easy. As a student, we face many challenges such as exam, deadline, expectation from family, and pressure from society. Sometimes we also struggle with our own thoughts. We overthink, we feel insecure, and we question ourselves. In today's world, social media also adds another layer of pressure. We constantly see other people's achievement, lifestyle, and imperfect moments. Without realizing it, we start comparing ourselves to them. We begin to feel like we are not good enough, not successful enough, or not doing enough with our life. This can make us feel anxious, stressed, and even lost. In moments like this, religions can be a source of comfort. When we pray, reflect, or take a moment to pause, we allow ourselves to slow down. We give ourselves space to breathe and think more clearly. Even if our problems are still there, we often feel a little calmer and stronger. Religions also remind us that our value is not based on what we achieve or what others see us. It reminds us that we have our own journey, our own pace, and our own purpose. A study from Harvard Th School of Public Health showed that people who regularly engage in religious activities tend to have lower level of stress and better mental health. This shows that religion is not only about belief, but also about emotional strength and resilience. It helps us to stay calm, patient, hopeful, even in difficult situations. Okay, now let's move to the third point. Religion helps guide our decisions in everyday life. Every day we make decisions. Some are small, like how we talk to our people, some are big, like decisions about our future. Sometimes we feel confused about what is right and what is wrong, especially when we are influenced by our environment. As a teenager, we are still in the process of discovering who we are. Sometimes we follow others just to feel accepted. We might do things that don't go with our values because we are afraid of being judged or left out. In situations like this, religions act like a compass. It helps us to stay on the right path and remind us to what really matters. For example, when we are tempted to lie, cheat, or follow negative influences, religions value remind us to stay honest and responsible. Even when it is difficult, this value help us make better decisions. Over time, these decisions shape our character and determine the kind of person we become. That is why having a foundation of value is very important. Finally, religions also play a role in building harmony in society. We live in a diverse world where people have different beliefs, culture, and background. This diversity can be sometimes something beautiful, but it can also lead to misunderstanding of people to not respect each other. Religions teach us values such as tolerance, respect, kindness, and forgiveness. It encourages us to treat others with empathy and understanding, even if they are different from us. Instead of judging others, religions teach us to listen, to understand, and to accept differences. It also teaches us to forgive and to let go of anger, which is very important in maintaining good relationships. When people practice this value in their daily life, it creates a more peaceful and supportive environment. It helps reduce conflict and build strong connection between people. To conclude, Religions play a very important role in our daily life. It shapes our behavior, support our emotional well-being, guide our decisions, and help build harmony in society. Even though people might have different beliefs, the values taught by religions are universal and meaningful. So before I end this speech, I would like to share one simple message. Sometimes as a teenager, we feel lost, we overthink, we compare ourselves to others, and we feel like we are not good enough. And sometimes we also feel like we are not good enough in our religions. Maybe we make mistakes, maybe we feel distant, or maybe we feel like we are not doing enough. But does not mean we are bad. We are a bad person. We are still growing, still learning, and still trying to understand ourselves. What truly matters is that we don't give up. Every small step matters. Even trying to be better than yesterday already means something. Because in the end, religion is not about being perfect. It is about having something to guide us, something to return to, and something to help us become better little by little every day. Okay, maybe that's all from my speech. Thank you so much for watching and thank you for your attention.